You may not have heard of Reckitt Benckiser, but you've probably heard of Nurofen. The company that provides painkillers was just fined $6 million for misleading and deceptive conduct. That's sure to cause the managers quite a headache. The tagline on the packaging says fast, targeted relief from pain, and the word targeted indicates that it's specifically focused in a particular way. Having advertised that it has created a specific pain range that targeted particular areas such as back pain, tension headaches, you'd expect that this medicine would actually work in this way. So of course the number one question is, did it work? Not did the pain relief work, but did it work in getting consumers to buy more of the product? Well, they sold just under 6 million packets with revenues of $45 million. They were able to charge a significantly higher price as a result of this specialised product. So why the $6 million fine? Section 18 of the Australian Consumer Law 2010 indicates that a person must not engage in conduct that is misleading or deceptive. So when considering a law question, you need to first identify the issue. In this case, the issue is whether the advertising was misleading or deceptive. Now don't just jump to the answer or conclusion, or you'll miss out on valuable marks. After flagging the issue, you need to link this to any relevant legislation or case law. In this situation, it's Section 18 of the Australian Consumer Law, but similar law exists in other countries. Now, you need to evaluate the case facts to see if a breach of the law has occurred. A key piece of information in this case was that the active ingredient in all the different packages was the same, even though the boxes claimed to deal with different types of pain. So this clearly indicates that the targeted claim is not accurate. As part of evaluating the case facts, you should also look to apply tests or specific questions. For example, we could ask, has a truthful impression been conveyed? Would a group of less informed people be misled or deceived? With question 1, we see that it is not about telling the truth. It is about creating an accurate perception in the mind of the consumer. So telling part of the story and holding back relevant information could still be truthful, but it still deceives the person who does not have a clear picture in their head. If I told you that the fire extinguisher you were buying had just been tested in a laboratory, would that give you confidence in its quality? Probably yes, but what if you then found out it had been tested and failed the test? You can see how omitting information can lead to a false impression. With question 2, we consider the impact on the audience. Not a well-qualified audience, but a group that are less informed and potentially gullible or easy to manipulate. You cannot blame the audience for being deceived. In this situation, the advertising does not create a truthful impression because the medicine does not work as described, even though it provides pain relief. It is likely that people would have been misled or deceived because the sale of the product demonstrates it was popular in the market, and there is no way that a person could evaluate the claim, so they would need to take the claims on trust. We need to conclude whether a breach appears to have occurred or not. In this case, the outcome is clear, as we can see with the $6 million fine. But in other situations that are yet to be decided, you need to conclude, based on the law and your analysis, what you think has occurred. You should consider all law-based issues using this type of approach, where you list the issue, then the law, apply it to the case facts, and come to a clear conclusion. And this will help you address it systematically and clearly.